Hey up everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about a content ID claim on a recent music mashup I made on Ocean View from the Sonic racing games, and a claim which I believe is a fake one. So I've decided to make an entertaining video, which I totally haven't done before in relation to fake copyright claims, showing the detective work I did, and in turn could be something that you guys may find helpful if you ever face a similar issue. So let's start at the beginning. I created a mashup of the Ocean View tracks from the Sonic racing games just simply because I was bored and wanted to create something epic, before deciding to share it on YouTube because of how good I thought it was. So, with putting together one of my favourite music mashups to date, I made a video and a thumbnail to go with it, and then began the upload process. And it was during the upload process that a content ID claim appeared. And just so you know, this claim appeared right as the ID check had completed, which completed whilst I was still sorting out the description, by the way. It was literally instant, meaning this wasn't a manual claim, it was an automatic claim, most likely made by an AI program being used by the claimant. But something about the claim seemed off to me, and the amount of digging and times I was double guessing myself on this claim at different points in my investigation also kept providing more and more evidence towards it being fake, or to use the more formal term, fraudulent. So I began my investigation at the claim itself, and before anyone says that the claim doesn't actually have any negative impacts on my channel, per se, when I suspect a claim is fraudulent, those tick marks end up meaning nothing to me, because I immediately have the gut feeling upon seeing a more suspicious looking content ID claims that something is afoot, and I just have this urge to battle against it because it's the right thing to do. Anyway, when looking at the claim, it says that the content used is Ocean View lap music, and the claimants are Music Rights Management and Nextone Inc. Publishing, in brackets. Now, this would seem a bit legit to anyone seeing this on a first viewing, especially when looking at the name of the track being claimed for, which is actually the official release name of one of the versions of Ocean View, as well as the name of the claimants, which are close to actual copyright company names, who protect the copyrighted works of artists on their behalf. But to me, something seems a bit odd when I looked at this claim, as I saw no sign of the original composers' names for Ocean View lap music, which you think copyright companies would do, right? Especially since they protect copyrighted works on their creators' behalf. But it also seemed off due to the fact that I've utilised the different versions of Ocean View in my content before, and I've never received a content ID claim for them in those older videos. So I did some more thorough searching and looked at the timestamps on the claim, and some of the timing just doesn't add up. Now, the claim was for Ocean View lap music, and I immediately thought this to be the version from Team Sonic Racing, since that's the name of the track in the official album release when searching it up on music apps or even looking at the official album on YouTube. But even with that information, something still didn't quite line up with the time notes on the claim, yet the detection of the claim itself. Allow me to explain and show you. So you can see here that the sections detected for Ocean View lap music are marked on the timeline by the claim itself, and as you can see, the beginning and back end of the video isn't marked. This makes sense since the beginning of the video is the intro themes for Ocean View and the back end is the final lap themes of Ocean View. But the one unmarked section here that makes no sense is this small piece in the middle of the marked sections, since the lap music of all the Ocean Views are still playing in this section, technically meaning this tiny unmarked section shouldn't even exist in the first place, and the marked sections should just be one big single piece instead of two separate pieces. And then there's the detection fact in here that makes no sense either. Now, as I mentioned before, the content ID claim for Ocean View lap music was applied automatically and instantly during the upload process and was on the video before I reached the publish section. And I've also mentioned that I believe the version of Ocean View claimed to be the one from Team Sonic Racing due to the title of the track in the claim. But what if I told you I've actually used this version of Ocean View in one of my videos before? Allow me to gaze your eyes to Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 funny moments. #save Garden Warfare 2. An old video of mine where I use the Team Sonic Racing version of Ocean View's lap music, even having the song name appear within the video itself. So I decided to check my YouTube studio and discovered that there are no restrictions or content ID claims on that video. Curious. The AI detection could detect this version of Ocean View's lap music in a music mashup, but couldn't detect it playing on its own within a previous video of mine. Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but something there just doesn't add up. Heck, I'm sure I should be seeing Sega's name somewhere on this claim, right? Since it's music from their game. Let me just double check the album and provided by YouTube by Nextone Inc. Oh no. This is a bit of a curveball. But it may actually come as a bit of a surprise when I say that this actually further proves the claim is fraudulent, and that it may not actually be Music and Nextone Inc. applying the claim, but someone else using their company's names. Now, you're all probably wondering why me coming across the fact that Nextone Inc. provided YouTube with Ocean View's lap music and the rest of the Team Sonic Racing album is a good thing in terms of further proving the claim I have is fraudulent. Well, you see, Team Sonic Racing's album isn't the only Sonic Racing album Nextone Inc. has provided YouTube. They've also provided the Sonic Racing Crossworlds and Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed albums. How does this help, you may ask? Well, you see, it means that all of the Ocean View music tracks are on YouTube in their official albums, which includes their official track titles, with Team Sonic Racing and Sonic Racing Crossworlds having 4 tracks each relating to Ocean View, which includes the intro flyby themes, the lap themes, the final lap themes, the 4th track in each one is a goal theme for Team Sonic Racing, and a final lap no chant theme for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. And then finally, there's Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, with 1 Ocean View track, which is a combination of Transform's Ocean View's intro, lap theme, and final lap. So again, I may hear you ask, how does this help? Well, you see, if the content ID claim I have is a legit one, then shouldn't I have had claims for all the other versions of Ocean View and not just one? Especially when the name of one of the claimants is very close to matching the name of the copyright company that provided YouTube with the albums of the Sonic Racing games in the first place. And just to show that what I'm saying actually matters, I'm now going to show you a legit content ID claim I got on one of my oldest videos. So here on this old classic Battlefront 2 video, you can see that I got 2 claims for Star Wars music, which is some pretty clear immediate evidence to show that if the Ocean View claim was legit, it should have included other versions of Ocean View which I used in the mashup, which, by the way, I literally included in the description of that video. But another thing you more keen-eyed viewers have probably spotted is that there is a near immediate difference between these Star Wars claims and the Ocean View claim. Did you spot it yet? Well, it's actually pretty simple. The claims for the Star Wars music have the names of the composer and even the orchestras and choirs credited under the title of the copyrighted track, something that hasn't shown up once on the Ocean View claim. And remember how I showed you that the Sonic Racing games have their albums officially on YouTube provided by Nextone Inc.? Well, let me show you something very crucial that's included in the official album videos. And that's the fact that the names of the composers of the track are listed with it, almost directly showing that if this claim was legit, we would see the composers' names listed underneath the track name of Ocean View lap music. Oh, and another thing I want to mention is how legit claims for officially released music and albums actually show on a YouTube video. So as you can see on this Battlefront 2 video, if I go into the description and scroll to the bottom, you can see a music section that includes the Star Wars music from the claim I showed earlier, and as you can see, it includes the music track's official names, the composers, album names, and even a picture of the album cover. But wait, where have I seen that before? Oh yeah, on the official album release videos of the Sonic racing games. So if I've got a Content ID claim for Ocean View Lap Music, I know what to look for in the description of my mashup, and there's nothing there. Like, there's literally nothing there. And if this was a legit claim, then I should have seen what I showed in the Sonic Racing album videos, but I haven't, further pushing this claim towards being fake, which was already obvious anyway. As now we're going to move on to a bit of a test or experiment I did to identify and cement which Ocean View Lap music I was actually being claimed for. Now, I originally said earlier in this video that I think and believe the version of Ocean View I was being claimed for was the Team Sonic Racing version because of the title of the track in the claim itself, and this test I was running was essentially going to try and prove that it was this version. So, what I did was make 3 private videos, each one playing the Ocean View Lap music for each Sonic Racing game. As you can see, I have one for Transformed, one for Team Sonic Racing, and one for Crossworlds. I then uploaded each one, and to my absolute surprise and shock, the version with the claim was the Transformed version of the track. Wait, what? That actually is a bit of a surprise. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was caught off when I saw this, especially since I fully believed the version I was claimed for was the Team Sonic Racing version. I mean, I literally thought that the tests I just concluded and all the other strange things I picked out around this claim so far was literally all suddenly for nothing. But only for like a minute, since I then realised that my test had not just done its job well, but had done it incredibly well, as it actually further proves the fraudulence of this claim. Now, do you remember earlier when I was talking about the Ocean View tracks in the Sonic Racing albums, and how Team Sonic Racing and Crossworlds had 4 tracks each, and Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed only had 1? Well, it's this fact that full-on proves that this new information I gathered from my test shows the claim is fake. Now, as I've shown before, the name of the track in the claim is Ocean View Lap Music. But I also mentioned before that Transform's Ocean View track is a combination of its intro lap theme and final lap theme. This means the lap theme of Transform's Ocean View was never released officially on its own like the Team Sonic Racing and Crossworlds versions. So with that information explained, what is the official name of Ocean View in the Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed album? Well, let's see, it's, give me a minute. Course Ocean Palace. Wait, I'm pretty sure it was Ocean View Medley. Let me see, aha, here! Ocean View Medley. Anyway, now that we know the official names of the Racing Transformed version of Ocean View in both English and Japanese, you can immediately see how the official names clash with the name on the claim. And do you remember how I mentioned much earlier in this video that the mashup wasn't marked by the claim at the start and near the end because they were the intro and final lap themes of Ocean View? Well, I actually decided to conduct a final test by making a 4th private video of the Ocean View Medley theme in its entirety, and I received the same claim I got on the mashup and transformed test video. And do you know where it covered? It only covered the portions where the lap music played. Now bear in mind, the lap music plays twice in the medley, with the final lap playing in the middle and this small section at the end. And again, I'm going to remind you that the lap music for Ocean View in Racing Transformed was never officially released on its own. It was only released in combination with its intro and final lap in the form of Ocean View Medley, and was officially released with its Japanese name, which you can see on the official album on YouTube provided by Next Tone Inc. And I've also used the transformed version of Ocean View in previous videos as well, and no, those videos don't have any claims on them for those of you who are wondering. So with all that information gathered and spoken about, I believe I've managed to piece the truth together in this puzzle. I believe with full certainty that the people behind this claim are not the big copyright companies, Music or Nextone, because if it was, then my Ocean View mashup would have had loads more claims with the music track's official titles and composers listed with them. And of course, all those tracks appearing in a music section at the bottom of the mashup's description. No, instead I believe there is an individual or small group of people posing as Music and Nextone, so they can fraudulently claim Ocean View's track music and unintentionally but also intentionally steal the music from the actual composers who made the music. And they get away with it most of the time since the name they use as the claimant is very close to Music and Nextone's, which can easily be seen as the real deal by a few people. And with that truth said, there then comes the question of what happens now. And I'll be honest with you, I don't feel like disputing this. And this is because of some of the reasons in the dispute box, despite the fact that I know the claim is fraudulent anyway. Now, I can't exactly claim its original content when the tracks I used to create the mashup in the first place weren't even made by me. And in the same way, it's also why I don't want to classify it as fair use, even if some people think I could. And that's simply because fair use is a grey area, and is even more of a grey area when it comes to music mashups. And obviously, license and public domain are completely out of the question. Now, me saying license is out of the question doesn't mean I'm wrong for using video game music in a video, since after all, loads of content creators use video game music in their content and are fine. But I see the reason behind this being more of a business decision by video game publishers rather than a mutual moral one. So, what can actually be done here? What can we all do? Share this video to as many people as possible, as it's something that can help further educate them about fraudulent copyright claims and content ID claims on YouTube. But sharing it also helps create more awareness for these types of issues, and with enough sharing to smaller and bigger creators, to Sega and other video game publishers, the copyright companies and YouTube themselves, there's a chance that issues like this can be dealt with, and work can be done to ensure that these issues can be avoided or made much harder to achieve in the future, allowing the YouTube platform to become a better place for both current and new content creators, which I think at the end of the day is something we can all agree with wanting. Alright, so despite everything I've gone over and what I suppose is a slightly more dull ending, I do sort of want to end this on a slightly happier note by explaining something I quickly said about using video game music and the reason why I personally think why video game publishers let us use it. So as most of us know, when it comes to making videos and streams for the internet, video game music is normally used by creators most of the time to make their content more entertaining to watch. And almost all the time we are usually fine and will never get claims for the use of video game music. Now, the reason I personally believe game publishers allow us to do this isn't because of the moral reason of being kind or anything like that, but it's more of a business decision, since they understand one of the best ways for a new game to reach people and gain popularity is through content creators and streamers, sharing it to their viewers. And if those content creators and streamers ended up receiving multiple copyright claims just because of the in-game soundtrack, then the creators aren't going to continue playing and promoting the game if it's just going to be something that causes them nothing but a hassle. And viewers tuning into streams may get bored if a streamer has to play a game with no music playing. But it's also the fact that they understand that a game's soundtrack can be the key of spreading the popularity of that game and even the franchise it's a part of. Starting through someone hearing a piece of game music they like from a video, searching for the game the music was from, which then gets them more curious about the game itself, which can eventually lead them to watching more about the game and franchise and becoming a fan that may eventually buy the next game or merchandise based off it. And don't even lie, because this has definitely happened to loads of us. I mean, I don't think I would ever have been a Sonic the Hedgehog fan if I didn't listen to the music, which led me to watching videos on the games before trying out some of the games myself, to then buying the films and the Knuckles show, and even pre-ordering Sonic Racing Crossworlds. And I can even say the same thing for Mario. I mean, if I never listened to Mario music online, whether that be the music on its own or when it was being used in someone's YouTube video, I would never have become a Mario fan. Because, I mean, I went and watched the Mario movie at the cinema and ended up buying the film because I became a Mario fan. And I don't even have a Nintendo console, and yet I'm still a Mario fan because of the opportunity of being able to listen to Mario music. And since I think video game publishers allow us to use their game's music in videos and streams because of the business side of it, I believe that as creators we need to acknowledge and show our appreciation to game publishers in respect to that, especially since they can easily revoke and stop us from using their game soundtracks at any time. And while game publishers do this from a business perspective, we need to understand that when using game music in our videos, we're on the smaller mutual side of this relationship, in knowing that the music we use in our videos can unintentionally create brand new fans to games and franchises that we ourselves are fans of. It's nice in a way. I truly think this small, mutual, but mostly business relationship that creators and streamers have with game publishers in terms of using game music in videos and streams is a good one because it's beneficial to both parties. We as creators get a huge library and assortment of music to use, while the game publishers can get more people introduced to their games because of that music use. I suppose that's another reason why this video is important, because fraudulent claims like this threaten that unintentional relationship between creators and game publishers. And that's it. I think I've said everything I wanted to say, so thank you all for watching this video. It was a lot, I won't lie, and I have massive respect to anyone who made it all the way through. And I also want to apologise to my actual viewers for not coming out with an amazing gaming video after months of not uploading, but hey, I saw this claim and I decided to change something negative into something positive and creative whilst having a real passion and drive to fight against a fraudulent copyright claim. So I guess I'll see you guys later, whenever that is.